Well, hello, the free people of the free world. My name is Henry Keane, and we are UATV English, doing the work for you, discussing who's next in terms of possible Russian aggression against other countries. Well, another country that is regularly threatened by Russia, as usual, is Moldova, a small state in Eastern Europe.
Russia threatens Moldova with military scenario over Transnistria. Moldova faces multiple threats from Russia as it turns toward EU membership. Moldova calls Russia a security threat for first time.
And Russia has an ally, the unrecognized Republic of Transnistria, which has been an ally of Moscow, its creator actually, for its entire existence. In the beginning of the year, they have already started to develop a cool story about the so-called oppression of Russian speakers and even asked Russia to send troops in. Usual story. This is very reminiscent of exactly the same actions of Russian spies in the east of Ukraine in 2014. The regular army of Moldova is quite small. 8,500 people, 2,000 of whom are conscripts. At the same time, the country has a conscription service, which provides up to 70,000 in reserve. In terms of equipment, Moldova has no tanks. It is armed with more than 60 infantry fighting vehicles, about 130 armored personnel carriers, and less than 100 pieces of field artillery. 9 self-propelled artillery units and 11 MLRS. Most of the weapons are actually from the Soviet times. Russia has about 1,500 contract soldiers in the region, located in the capital of the unrecognized by the whole of the world, the Republic of Transnistria. Tiraspol is the name of the city. They do not have tanks, but are armed with up to 150 infantry fighting vehicles. The amount of artillery is unknown. In the event of a potential war, Russian troops will be assisted, of course, by separatists from Transnistria. The armed forces include 5,000 active personnel and 16,000 in reserve. They have 18 tanks. The number of armored personnel carriers, infantry fighting vehicles and artillery is kept a secret, but according to OX, Transnistria has plenty of Soviet-era armored vehicles. From the capital of the separatists, Tiraspol, to the capital of Moldova, Chisinau, are only 70 kilometers, so Russians and Transnistrian forces will be able to get there in literally about an hour. In addition, Russia has been inciting separatist sentiments in the countries for decades, so in the event of war, we should expect saboteurs to step up their work in the country's largest cities like Chisinau, Belzi, Benda. All in order to disrupt the mobilization of reserve. Of course, also other directions from Transnistria, from Ribnica to Dnistrovsk, may be involved. In the event of a Russian attack on Moldova, Chisinau will not be able to count on the obligatory participation of any allies, since it is not currently a member of any allies' defense union. The country has embarked on the path to joining NATO, but this process will take some time. But Moldova is not idling. The country is constantly negotiating mutual assistance with its neighbors, Romania and Ukraine.
We have agreed on steps to counter disinformation and other forms of Russian hybrid aggression against our countries, Dmytro Kuleba, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine.
The country's top leadership understands perfectly well that the only thing that is currently holding the Kremlin back from aggression is other countries with full support of Ukraine by the international community. Simple as that.
If the aggressor is not stopped, he will keep going, and the front line will keep moving closer, closer to us, closer to you. Europe must therefore present a united front. Aggressor must be repelled by a strong force. Maia Sandu, President of Moldova.
To better protect itself from a potential attack, Moldova is seeking to join NATO as soon as possible, but the necessary military and legislative transformation could and actually will take a long time. For now, Chisinau's main efforts are focused on combating hybrid threats, Russian bribery of the military and pro-Russian influence in the country as a whole. Well, if Moldova can hold some time from Russian forces, I hope that there will be enough, and international forces of good will help the country to stand. Well, that's it for the episode. It was me, Henry Keane, on UATV English. Stay safe and tune for more.